So today I wanted to talk about some of the downsides of live service games. And not in terms of like problems, the technical issues and things like that, but things that affect your mental health and also bad habits that you form. Because again, with my experience with Apex and the fact that I've uninstalled it recently, I've started realizing and learning a lot of things. And I thought I can share some of that experience to help some of you guys if you are in a similar situation. So, as you know, I got fed up with Apex Legends recently and I uninstalled it. In the first 3-4 days, everything was fine. I uninstalled it. I was angry. I was really upset. And I left a negative review on Steam and things like that. And I was doing fine. I was looking for other games. I was trying out different games and everything was okay. Now, 4 or 5 days after uninstalling it, I kind of felt like I was missing something. That thing that I had the constant in my life for the last 2.5 years was Apex Legends. I was playing it, even though recently, over the last 3 months or so, I wasn't playing it as much as I had in the past. I was maybe logging into the game once or twice a week. But the fact that I had uninstalled it was making me uneasy for some reason. And I tried to logically, think and write down like why this was happening. It made no sense to me. Because you see, one of the things that these live service games do and they train you is they make you log in daily to their game. They'll have some sort of reward to log in and get your bonus or pick up the free pack, like Apex has the treasure packs, and do a bit of the battle pass and things like that. Now, in my case, especially at this time when I was feeling this weirdness, the battle pass was done. I had picked up all the daily packs, and there was absolutely no reason for me to log into that game. There was nothing being offered that I was missing out on. And in fact, the week before, I had only played like twice. But because the game was uninstalled, I was like missing it more for some reason. I was trying to understand how this happened, but basically, I looked up online and it says that in order to form a habit, you have to do something regularly between 18 to like 200 days or something like that. I've also heard numbers like 40 days in some cases, where if you do something regularly every day for 40 days, you form a habit. I had been doing this more or less regularly for 2.5 years. So it had become a habit, even though there was no reason for me to log in and play the game. Plus, with the reasons for me uninstalling the game, things hadn't changed. So the servers are still bad, the cheating situation is still bad. It's only been like a week since I uninstalled it, and I'm still feeling that, missing it for no reason. Basically, the live service model and this constantly playing, doing the battle passes, these are actually much worse than I thought, because this was like the first signs of addiction. And I hate to admit this is very weird, because I don't think I'm a person who gets addicted to things easily, because I've never done anything in my life that I could consider like an addiction. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I've never touched these things. I've never done any other drugs or stuff like that. So I'm not really addicted to anything. I take pride in these things. I don't even put sugar in my tea or coffee. So I'm not even addicted to sugar. It was like a weird thing for me to feel these things. But again, the game had trained me for so long. Daily logins, do your daily challenges, pick up the daily treasure pack, and do all of that, complete a level on the battle pass or something. That even though these things were not needed at this point, I'm still in that feeling. So I had to basically talk to myself logically, explain things, and like ask like why, what has changed? Why would I install this now? Even if I did install it, would it make any difference? It wouldn't, because I would play 2-3 games and I would get angry and frustrated again. But yeah, I'm starting to see the massive downsides of these live services. I mean, I knew it, and Apex is pretty much the only live service game that I've really been interested in. PUBG did not have a battle pass when I was playing it, if I recall. And I've played a bit of Rogue Company, but I never bought the battle pass. And what else? Warframe again did not have a battle pass as such. They had random things to do, but there wasn't like a daily login thing. I think they did have something for daily logins, but I did not really do that. It did not get me the same way Apex did. Because Apex, I was like logging in daily to just pick up the pack and do a couple of daily challenges. And I noticed it during like the afternoon India time, when I used to log in just when the challenges would switch over and you would get the new challenges, because that was the time I used to often play. Like I would play a little before, like an hour before the challenges switched, so complete the previous day's challenges, and then when the new day starts, I could do some of those challenges or like do all of them. That had been my policy. And yeah, at that time during the day, especially on a Saturday when I used to do that, I felt that yeah, I'm missing something. So yeah, be careful, guys. As I said, like even someone like me, who I feel like I'm like well in control of my emotions and my habits and other things that I do, even I felt that serious issue that, hang on, am I really addicted? Was I really addicted to this game? Is this why I'm feeling this? Of course, I did not succumb to it. I did not install it again because I had taken some steps, some measures to make sure I don't fall into that trap. Basically, what I did was I had a small hard drive SSD where I had installed Apex. And as soon as I had uninstalled Apex, I had installed a few other games in its place. So even if I do feel like, jumping into Apex, first I would have to arrange some space again. And because my SSD is tiny, I would have to uninstall a lot of other games to play it. And again, it's doable. It's not like a impossible thing, but it just delays a little bit. It's not like sitting there instantly and you just click and it's installed. I'll have to just spend a little time, and that's a little bit of time that just stops you from doing it. And you sort of talk to yourself, like, think about it basically and ask like, why should I do this? And when I talked to myself, I just said like, why would I do this? It won't, and nothing has changed in the game. So anyway, I thought I'll discuss this because it was a little shocking when I was starting to realize what was going on in my head. Are you addicted to any game? Do you have this issue? I'm actually seriously thinking of not touching any game which has any of these things, like logging in daily to do something, battle passes. Yeah, they give you the free-to-play game, but they make a lot of things to addict you to the game. There are a lot of things in these, especially with Apex. Like, I'll give you an example. Log in daily to get a treasure pack. Log in daily to do the daily challenges if the battle pass is still active. Then on a Tuesday, they re-roll the store and you can check the recolors. They have teasers, in-game teasers for the next legend. Right now they are going on, but I haven't bothered looking at it. Collection events, midweek events. In fact, this time they did a lot more of these shorter events, arena events, like 5 of them, I think, 2 previously, and then towards the last 3 weeks. We are in the 2nd week right now, I think. So yeah, 3 weeks of daily login and do arena events and stuff. I left in between the first event. There was like a free Rampart skin. I stopped. It's a bad thing. It's really bad. And especially if you're not getting anything out of this game, because I'm getting a bit more cynical. I'm not really a content creator for Apex. So Apex isn't really offering me anything. My livelihood doesn't depend on Apex. I don't stream the game and make money or like get subs for streaming the game or make content and get lots of views for it. I do make some videos. I used to make some videos, but it wasn't for content. It was just for fun. I was just using it to track my own progress in FPS games and see if I'm improving. I was just sort of doing some editing as well, just to learn editing, making montages and things like that. But I wasn't dependent on Apex for content. If it is something that I had to do, then it would be like a bit more of a job and I could sort of justify it in that sense that, okay, I'm making money out of it, so no harm. But yeah, without those reasons, I think this is a massive waste. Got a bit surprised and shocked myself. And I thought I'll just share my thoughts with you guys and see how you feel.